coach, Robert, what would you advise him to heading into this final game with the white pieces?
To find a new coach.
A good one.
But I do think that he should play it relatively safe because Arjun had the white pieces against Magnus Carlsen in Tata Steel. In a classical time control, Magnus won with black. So there are no guarantees just because you have the first move advantage that everything is safe. And, well, you want the toss-up. As the low-rated player, I think you want to head to Armageddon. You don't know what the bidding is going to be. I don't even know what color either player wants, but I think that you want to send this to Armageddon if you're Arjun.
And guys, I think we're about to get an Armageddon confirmed because the game between Nakamura and So is racing towards a draw. I think it's going to be confirmed any second now. There we go, 2-2. That game was a Berlin draw, the infamous game that's actually we predicted here on the show.
Yeah, that's true. So if you did follow us from the get-go today, David did put up a little bit of a hint in the studio on the chessboard that we have in the studio. And you were correct.
Yeah, it was bound to happen. These guys have played the same exact draw plenty of times in the past, and it makes sense for both of them to conserve energy. It's going to come down now to that Armageddon game, and it will be fast discipline.
I think they both want the black pieces, is my guess. They keep drawing, right? So you don't have to win in that game.
Incredible. So, right now, Nakamura, they will then choose to play with the black pieces, and with the black pieces, you will win the match with a draw or win. The player with the white pieces has to win. But first, this game has to finish, so they have to wait for Magnus Carlsen and Arjun Erigaisi to finish their game. If this is a draw, these two as well will head to Armageddon.
Yeah, and this is a very topical branch of the Nimzo Indian defense. It's an isolated queen spawn. That seems to be another theme of the day. Keeps cropping up everywhere. And this time it's Erigaisi with the isolated pawn in the center. Black has a nice blockade of Black's knight on d5.
When he had the white pieces, so we'll see if Arjun is going to be able to create inroads because you create some weaknesses on the dark squares. That is clear. The black pawns all on light squares on the king side, but a very likely plan from Magnus Carlsen's point of view is to drop his bishop, his dark bishop, back home as soon as I finish my sets. He plays it, and now there are threats with knight forks on the square the bishop just left, so that's why Arjun scoots his queen away. But I feel like black is very solid here.
Yeah, as soon as black solves the issue of that problem child, the bishop on c8, the light squared bishop, then I think he'll call the opening a success, but still a couple of moves away for Magnus Carlsen to do that. Meanwhile, white is very flexible. The two white bishops do point. Their glare is all towards that king side, towards the black king. Don't be surprised as well if Harry the H-pawn makes another appearance and starts to... strategy, right? You have 10, 11 minutes if you choose black. Sometimes that feels like enough time to still play an objectively strong game.
And it gives the players the choice, because if you're in Armageddon where they just tell you you have 6 minutes, your opponent has 5, that's just how it goes. It's cool to see the players, they take different strategies. Well, there's not much strategy left in this game. The pieces have come off the board. Opposite colored bishop in the endgame, even though white is up a pawn, it doesn't give good winning chances. So I think we're just seeing the final moves on this one before we do head to the bidding in Armageddon.
Wow.
Magnus looks really chilled right now. Most of us wouldn't be if we were 1 pawn down against a giant like Arjun Erigaisi, but Magnus knows you just blockade on the dark squares. White's only passed pawn, the extra pawn on the d-file, easy to blockade, and we'll see a bunch more trades. We might even see the players repeat. I don't know how much longer Erigaisi will press this.
The one thing that I think black needs to be careful about is not to allow the 2 connected pass pawns in the center. It might still be a draw, but why go for that, especially with the A pawns still alive? It can get a little bit tricky. So once white goes for the G4 break, exactly, keep that F pawn on F5 so that white doesn't get 2 connected pass pawns.
So allow the trade, but on your own terms. You need to stop the white pawn, the white E pawn joining its mate at the D pawn, and everything else is blockaded. Yeah, we're not hanging around here.
Armageddon!
Get it?
Alright. It's getting close, you guys. We will see 2 Armageddons, most probably, to decide the winners' semi-finals. 2 players will go through to the winners' final, and 2 players will be knocked out to the losers' bracket to play losers' quarterfinals tomorrow.
Wow, yeah, after this win earlier from Magnus Carlsen, I just assumed he'd be there. I assumed he'd be in the winners' semi-final, but wow, fair play to Arjun Erigaisi. He does get the draw in this one. And with that, 2 Armageddons guaranteed.
Wow, the drama continues. This is fantastic news. We're going to see 2